what strategy works for one person will not and should not and does not always work for somebody else. A strategy, in my opinion, is the result of an activity goal. And a strategy would be an REO offer. A strategy would be, I want to buy at the auction. Buy from a homeowner. Buy notes at a discount. Line up buyers with needs or find sellers with motivation, or buy cash flowing rentals. So, a style is the mechanics of what you're going to go out there and do in the world. I'm going to give you a for example. I was on an appointment today with somebody in this room at a house, negotiating for them, trying to buy the house from the homeowner. They used the strategy, I want to buy from a homeowner. Their style was to call for sale by owners and merely line up appointments, get people who had some sort of level of motivation, and doesn't need to know contracts, doesn't need to know how to negotiate, doesn't need to know how to evaluate properties, doesn't need to know any of that, just needs to know these people want to sell. The strategy of buying from owners, can you see that's completely separate and different from the style of calling FSBOs? Do you see that they're similar but they're not the same? Are we getting that more of a sense of there's the theory and then there's the practice? It's kind of the style versus strategy. High days on market REOs, first day on market REOs, REOs that are odd or peculiar in a particular area. Why is this 3 to $100,000 less than all the other ones? And I say shoot first, ask questions later, make an offer, sort it out when they accept it. You can always back out. So if you see something that's an anomaly, that's a style. I look on the MLS and these 10 cities for something that sticks out. Price drops, $50,000 price reduction or more. That day, you make an offer. And just shoot first. You got the contract says you can back out. So it's those little sticking points. What we do ultimately with the REI Circle, with our groups, our small groups, and with the information on the website is you're all frogs. Here's one side of the pond, here's another. There's lily pads. We help you create lily pads so the jumps are a little bit shorter. Those are the styles. And with, for example, the appointment I went on today was with Gwen. Gwen went from having real estate knowledge that was lower to having it be a little bit higher, and now he's got the confidence and skills, he just gets on the phone. Well, he got the confidence and skills because I taught him what to say, and now he just goes out and says it. Results? Good?
Good.
With auctions, if I said that banks sometimes lower the price of amount that they're owed before they go to the auction, let's say the auction's on Friday, on Tuesday, they go from being owed $500 to being owed, they say, just give us $200. So what I'm talking about is a drop bid. So value is $850. They bought it a couple years ago, and they had, they bought it for $1 million. And they have a $150,000 second, $850,000 first. It's worth right now $850. So if it goes to the auction for $850 as the balance, notice the sale amount. Let's say it's actually that they're 6 months behind. Let's say it's $900. At the auction, if it's worth $850 and they owe what's going to happen to this property? REO, right? It's going to go back to the bank. Nobody's going to buy this thing. What happens if now what if it's $600,000? So just rough math here. 10%'s 85,000. So take 85 minus that, minus another 85, minus another 85. Are we pretty close to that number? So if anybody had $600,000 laying around, would you want to buy this one for $600 and feel pretty confident about it? Sure. So let's just say the market was coming down like this still, and this drops off 10% to $750. We're all right. Because I'm not out of it.
So the strategy is that you want to actually flip it quick.
Flip it quick. Basically, it's called have your footprint in the sand as quickly and out as possible. The longer you're, I'm sorry, I'll get you 1 second. The shorter period of time that you're in this decline, no matter what the angle is, if you're in and out, that's why you buy it at 70%. In case it drops 20%, you're still all right. And if it doesn't, because you do your homework and you see the trends and the cycles, you're still okay. And we've talked about this in other sessions. If we take a look at the cross-section of real estate, so we're going to say that this is normal, okay? Normal is they're not late yet, okay? So I want you to tell me where. I'm going to go this way. When you say that's normal, I want you to stop me. Okay? And everything that's not normal is either notice of default, it's in foreclosure, or has foreclosed, okay? So what's normal?
75% is not normal. The ones with troubles?
No. No troubles. So just as a group, the group tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Normal. We'll just say that's probably true. If we get into homes on the market, yeah, it's going to go there. If we go into homes that are sold for less than market value, yes, it's going to go there. So let's just say this one little sliver, my pen's not small enough, this is probably notice of trustee sales. Like where they're in foreclosure, and we'll clarify this really quick. There's pre-foreclosure, you're naughty, you've been late, and eventually we'll get around to actually getting you in foreclosure. In foreclosure is the window of time, the 21-day window of time between ending of pre-foreclosure and the hammer dropping at the auction. Foreclosed in the past tense is an REO. And we'll probably, this is probably NOD, this is probably REO. REO is probably creeping up. These are diminishing with all the loan modifications that are being done right now. So realistically, in my experience, and I've been dealing with people who are in some sort of state of foreclosure for the last 3 years. I started working for Donald, and within 2 months he said, hey, I've got 150 leads a week that I have coming in from notice of default stuff. Can you call all these people back? I don't know if I can, but I'll try. So I was calling probably 200 people and having conversations and appointments and short sales and all these things. 200 people a week for the last 2.5 years. I've had a couple conversations with people who have actually crossed into this threshold, into the notice of default threshold, and they don't give a shit anymore.
Probably not a deal.
So, or if your strategy is to buy homes from REOs, contact REOs that don't require that. If you're not able to provide them with what they want, don't go after those. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, figure out, and ultimately everybody, figure out what fits your style, your strategy, and where you want to do it. If what you do cannot be done here, then go where it can be done.